The girl has an incredibly fertile constitution with a 100% chance of pregnancy. Yet she spends all day thinking about getting her Marshal husband sterilized. But who would have thought that one day, the girl couldn't stop vomiting? After a checkup, it turned out she was actually pregnant. Once the news broke, the entire Star Nation erupted in excitement. 200 years had passed, and this Star Nation finally welcomed a naturally conceived baby again. The Apocalypse boss, Ginger, crossed over more than 3,000 years into the future to the Interstellar era. Somehow, she replaced another girl also named Ginger, who looked exactly like her. She originally planned to slack off and coast through life. But then her cheap aunt suddenly suggested that she take her daughter's place and marry the Empire's Marshal, Agares. It was because her daughter had been betrothed to the Marshal since childhood. But now the tests revealed Agares's fertility value is 0. Upon hearing this, her daughter refused to marry at all costs. So she turned her attention to Ginger. Ginger initially didn't want to take on this troublesome task. But upon learning the Marshal's fertility value was 0, he immediately agreed without hesitation. Turns out he had secretly checked his own fertility value, and it was a perfect 100% pregnancy-prone constitution. That meant, if he were with anyone who had even a hint of fertility, it would be a guaranteed hit every time. Moreover, the Empire would not only drag those with fertility values above 50 into research labs, but also force them into pairings, striving for natural conception and childbirth, to produce naturally born babies. Meanwhile, in the palace, Agares was demanding her emperor brother cancel the marriage arrangement. But the emperor firmly refused. He just wanted to find a father for his brother, so he wouldn't end up alone for life like him. Agares lifted her dark eyes, gazing at her brother on the high throne, her voice calm and low. I won't deprive any woman of the right to be a mother. This marriage is off. The emperor let out a deep sigh. Fine. Take care of yourself. Agares gave him a royal salute, then turned and left without looking back. But just as she was about to step out of the palace, the emperor cried out behind her, Agares, wait! Agares turned around, only to see her brother. He ran down from the throne in a flustered manner. Agares, the eldest daughter of the Mu family, is willing to marry you. An application has already been submitted to the marriage registration center. I just agreed. Agares's expressionless face turned cold. My fertility value is 0. I do not agree to this marriage. I'm going to break off the engagement with her now. But he didn't know the emperor, to push this marriage forward, had already issued an order to the Mu family before him. If the Mu family agreed to divorce Agares, the entire family would be exiled to a barren planet, never to be recalled. After receiving the order, Mu Furin was so frightened that she immediately tied Ginger up and put her on a spaceship to follow McKean to report at the military academy. Ginger blinked. She looked down at the metal chain restraining her, a little confused about the situation. She had been obedient, not fleeing the marriage. Why was she still being tied up? McKean also didn't understand her mother's actions. Mu Furin barged into her room, packed her daily necessities into a space storage. You're going to school early, and take Ginger with you. Why? Isn't she married to Agares? Why should I take her? But Mu Furin anxiously and harshly said, His Highness Agares doesn't want to marry her. He's coming to divorce her. His Majesty just issued an order. If the Mu family dares to divorce His Highness Agares, they'll be exiled to a garbage planet. So you take her to school. Later, we'll find a way to lure her out into the wilderness and kill her. Or bullying her at school. She's so weak and useless being isolated. She'll definitely can't take it and kill herself. As long as she dies, His Majesty won't blame us. We'll even gain a good reputation for forming ties with the royal family. Mukian's eyes lit up upon hearing this. That waste has lived in their house for so many years and kept shamelessly seducing her Ziel Shao. She's long been sick of her. Don't worry, Mom. Leave this matter to me. I'll make sure it's handled perfectly. McKean boarded the aircraft as quickly as possible. As she flew away from the Mu family, she passed right by Agarez's aircraft. Ginger glanced out the window, catching sight of the man in the opposite aircraft. Truly worthy of being the heartthrob of the Troyan Empire. Just a side profile is enough to make someone's heart skip a beat. So why did Herchiap and let her go? Did he change his mind at the last minute? Doesn't want her to cling to his powerful connections anymore. What are you staring at? What kind of man can't even father children no matter how good looking he is? McKean gave Ginger a look of utter disdain. Couldn't help but move her hand. With a snap, she broke the metal chain binding her. Then looked at her with pure innocence. Little sister, where are we going? What if the chain's broken? McKean frowned. This metal chain can't be snapped even under 1,000 yards of tension. Yet the one binding her just happened to break. Broken is broken. Hold on tight. We're going to pick up Ziel Shao to the 5th Military Academy in the 5th star system. Ginger let out an "oh." Still a bit confused. Ginger in this timeline is physically and mentally weak. She completely falls short of the military academy's standards. How could she possibly attend a military academy? Could it be that the Mu family has realized she's not the real Ginger? Not letting her get married. Instead, luring her to the military academy to quietly get rid of her. I have to say, girl, you're already very close to the truth. On the other side, Agarez is still unaware of his brother's shady moves. When he arrives at the Mu family's place, he naturally finds no one there. Lady Mu even tricks him by saying the one who married him isn't Mu Qian, but her eldest daughter, Ginger Mu, raised in the countryside. Ginger has been frail since childhood. I've been carefully nurturing her all this time. She admires your highness, and threw a tantrum, insisting on marrying you. Her younger sister, fearing something might happen to her, submitted the application to the marriage registration center. But after the wedding, she deeply felt unworthy of your highness. Coincidentally, the 5th Military Academy in the 5th star system was opening. So she left for it. She also asked me to tell your highness that she will definitely become the top freshman of the 5th Military Academy and become someone worthy of your highness. She won't embarrass you. Agarez checks his personal data on his neural interface and confirms that the spouse column indeed lists Ginger Mu. But before he can finish speaking, he receives news of parasitic insectoid invaders attacking the 5th and 8th star systems. Meanwhile, Ginger sits aboard a spaceship, playing with the metal chain she tore off. Ziel Shao was holding an apple the size of an egg. Come over here, Ginger. Let me treat you to a meal. Ginger stared at the dry food being handed to her. A wrinkled little apple. She shook her head and refused. Ziel Shao, however, grabbed Ginger's hand, placed the little apple in her palm, with a face full of ambiguity. It's not expensive. Don't feel burdened. I'm happy to buy it for you. Ginger pulled her hand away, rolled her eyes internally. This snake-hearted, two-faced man was stringing her along, while also being ambiguous with McKean, thinking of going to the fertility bank with both of them, to see who could produce a child first, and then marry whoever succeeded. Only the old Ginger would have seen him as a catch, as her own ray of light. Really, no need. Ginger flipped her hand holding the little apple. The apple fell to the ground. I'm already married. How could I possibly take your food? Ziel Shao was instantly overwhelmed by a surge of betrayal-fueled rage. 3 months ago, you were still talking about going to the fertility bank with me. Now, you're getting married. To whom? Ziel Shao, what are you doing here? Muqian's cheerful call interrupted Ziel Shao's anger. Ziel Shao abruptly turned around. His expression changed faster than flipping a page. Nothing, Ginger isn't sitting with us. I came to check on her. She told me she got married. Sis just applied to register her marriage today. I haven't had the chance to tell Ziel Xiao yet. Sis's husband is Lu Jian. Before the words could fully leave his mouth, a deafening boom suddenly erupted, followed by the spaceship violently shaking. The next second, the captain's voice came through speakers addressing the passengers. Warning, the spaceship is under attack. Passengers, please proceed to the life pods in an orderly manner. The captain's voice had barely faded. Screams erupted one after another from the economy class section. Curses followed. The spaceship shook increasingly violently. People no longer had time for curses. They came in quick succession, running toward the life pods. McKean pulled Ziel Xiao up. The latter still remembered to pick up the little apple thrown on the ground. Without even a scream, Ginger followed closely behind McKean, running toward the life pods. In an instant, the cabin was emptied of people. Only Ginger remained. Ginger wrapped the metal chain around her palm, calmly leaving her seat. Suddenly, a hoarse voice exploded beside her ear. It smells so good. Ginger suddenly stops in her tracks. Turning around, she sees a tall man. His mouth is stretched into a grotesque curve, ready to bite the back of her neck. She whips out the metal chain wrapped around her palm, looping it around the man's neck, pulling him into a spin to land behind him, yanking his head upward. What the hell is this? This thing isn't human. When he struggled earlier, his neck twisted 180 degrees backward. But the restrained man doesn't understand Ginger's words. Mindlessly drooling with his mouth agape, Ginger frowns and snaps his neck outright. Yet the man can still make sounds. Let me take a bite. Zombie? Ginger's expression darkens. To confirm her suspicion, she drives the metal chain into the man's chest. With a squelch, she fishes out a crystal clear, thumb-sized bead. It really is a zombie. Ginger grips the bead and takes a step back. Just then, the zombie, now missing its core, flips over. Its nails suddenly lengthen. Its broken neck lolls to the side. A bloody hole appears on its forehead. From the hole comes the sound of chewing. Ginger's confusion deepens. This zombie has leveled up. No, aside from the core in its chest, there's something in its brain too. Ginger drags the metal chain trailing on the ground, fired at the bloody hole in the zombie's forehead. Yet before it could reach the zombie's forehead, with a bang, its head exploded like a flower. A hurried male voice rang out in the distance. Get to the escape pod. Ginger looked toward the source of the voice, only to see a young soldier running over with a small, smoking laser gun. Clearly, he was the one who just blew that head apart. Moore fired another shot, urgently shouting at Ginger to hurry to the escape pod. Too late. Ginger's pupils constricted. The metal chain in her hand lashed toward Moore. Moore's face paled in horror, instinctively raising his gun to fire at her. But in that instant, he felt an overwhelming psychic force envelop him, rendering him immobile. The metal chain, infused with that immense psychic energy, swept past his shoulder and struck behind him. Ginger flashed to Moore's side, yanking him behind her in one swift motion. The metal chain cleanly decapitated the zombie behind him. Then she lifted her foot and crushed its head outright. The bugs inside its skull were also unbeknownst to her, smashed to pieces. Without pause, she dug out the crystal core from the zombie's chest and pocketed it. What the hell is this? How many of these things are on this ship? Moore snapped out of his shock. These are people parasitized by the insectoids. From what we know, there are 20 of them. As one of the Marshal's adjutants, he had never heard of anyone in the Empire besides the Marshal. Who else has such strong mental and physical power? Can crush the heads of parasite-infected humans inside the spaceship cargo hold. These are the ones we failed to block from getting up. Upon hearing this, Ginger immediately sprinted toward the cargo hold. Moore followed closely behind, his mind reeling. Whose child from the Empire is this? She looks frail, yet she's so Formidable. Ginger arrived at the cargo hold and saw several soldiers aiming their laser guns, blasting at the cargo hold's door. But the door remained unmoved. She rushed forward and said, "Move aside." The soldiers instantly halted their actions. Then they saw a slender, beautiful girl lift her foot and kick open the door that even laser guns couldn't blast through. The kicked-off warehouse door flew straight into the warehouse. The warehouse was dimly lit. The stench of blood fills the air. Turned her head towards Steve back behind her. The soldiers in combat uniforms said, "What the hell are you all standing around for? Didn't I just kick the damn door open for you? Get to work." Moore, who had followed closely behind Ginger, happened to hear Ginger's words. With a roar, as soldiers of the Trojan Empire, how could they retreat? Charge! The soldiers snapped to attention as if struck by lightning, grabbed their laser guns, and rushed into the warehouse. Ginger followed behind them, and after they blew the heads off the parasitic insectoids, she harvested the crystal cores from their heart chambers. But the parasitic insectoids weren't just more numerous than before. They were also constantly evolving. Even after their heads were blown off, their limbs kept moving. The worst part was, they all moved toward Ginger's direction in unison. Ginger's vigilance instantly heightened. Originally, she just wanted to quietly take advantage of the situation. Harvesting crystal cores without lifting a finger. Seems like that won't work now. And she couldn't let these soldiers find out. The insectoid parasites were itching to take a bite out of her. So the metal chain in her hand became sharper than the soldiers' laser guns. With every swing of the chain, the headless insectoid parasites were split clean in half by her. In an instant, most of the insectoid parasites in the warehouse were wiped out. The remaining ones sensed the danger and began scattering in panic. There was no way Ginger would let them escape and risk exposing her secret, so she wrapped the metal chain around. A massive surge of psychic energy instantly spread and enveloped the remaining insectoid parasites before she yanked hard, binding them together. Over a dozen insectoid parasites were tied up, like zongzi. Then she kicked them toward the spaceship. With a loud crash, the ship's inner wall was kicked open, leaving a gaping hole. Wind rushed in violently. Ginger stood firmly by the hole, with the insectoid parasites in tow, ready to toss them into space. A battleship appeared outside the hole. Then, a cold, emotionless male voice rang out. "Capture the insectoid parasites. Take them to the lab." Ginger's heart skipped a beat. This is definitely a deep, husky voice with that bassy rumble. Her voice hit him like a bolt from the blue. Her hand trembled. Those parasite-infested humans were flung into space by her. Moore's expression changed drastically. He rushed over despite the danger. Why weren't the parasite-infested humans kept? The commander said. The commander left behind would tear a rift beneath his feet. In the Trojan Empire, the only one who could be called commander was her cheap husband, who had just registered not long ago. His Highness Prince Agares. So her cheap husband, whom she hadn't even officially met yet, swiftly docked the battleship with the spacecraft. The passengers on the ship heard they were saved and cheered loudly. The passengers were transferred to the battleship. The spacecraft was blown to bits by an I-don't cannon. Ginger, as the person who took out the most Zerg-infected humans this time, was assigned a luxury suite. She took a bath. After changing clothes, she sat on the sofa and began racking her brains for the next move. She was posing as Ginger from the Able star system, infiltrating the Troja Empire. The original Ginger was a good-for-nothing. While she had off-the-charts mental and physical strength, her fertility rate was even 100%. If her cheap husband found out her true identity now, her fate would undoubtedly be the lab. So she absolutely couldn't let her cover slip. She had to play the role of Ginger, weak in fertility, physical strength, and mental power. But what she didn't expect was, the moment she actually saw Agares, the girl nearly lost herself. That broad-shouldered, narrow-waisted model physique, paired with legs 2 meters long, his sharp, chiseled features, and those pitch-black eyes, like the night. Ginger heard herself gulp. This man in front of her was just her type in every way. She couldn't understand how such a perfect man could have his charm dismissed just because he lacked fertility. Algarez's smoky voice was deep, and he strode over in his military boots. Ginger felt like every step he took landed right on her heart. I'm Algarez. May I ask your name? Why did you throw the Zerg infected into space? Ginger snapped back to reality. She realized he was already standing right in front of her. She couldn't help but exclaim that beauty was truly distracting. The ancients didn't lie. She quickly gathered all her focus, putting on a timid and fragile expression. I was just scared by you. My hands slipped, and they fell. Whose child is this? What rank is your psychic power? I don't have any psychic power. I'm just born with freakish strength. Ginger lied with a straight face. And after every fight, my body becomes weak for a long time. Sometimes so weak, I can't even stand. Algarez sensed the girl wasn't telling the truth. Oh, then squeeze this ball. A small white sphere appeared in his hand. Ginger knew that as long as she gripped this white sphere tightly in her palm, it would test her psychic power. She acted pure and innocent, taking the sphere from his hand and squeezing it firmly. Like this? Algarez frowned slightly. The sphere remained white, showing no change in color or rank. In other words, Ginger had no psychic power. But could someone without psychic power really crush a parasite's head underfoot? Moore, standing nearby, also found it strange. He had clearly sensed an overwhelming psychic presence from her. So why? When she held the psychic sphere, did nothing change? You still haven't answered my question. What's your name? Whose child are you? Ginger returned the white ball to him and flashed him a bright smile. My name is Ajang. I'm the child of the Jin family from agricultural star number 2 in the 10th star system. I stayed on the capital star for a while. Now, I'm heading to the 5th military academy in the 5th star system to report in. She was referring to Ginger's original family address. There's only one Jin family on agricultural star no. 2. It's easy to verify with a quick check. The spiritual energy in Algarez's eyes remained undiminished. You said your body weakens after every fight. Luckily, Moore called a healer to examine her. Ginger forced her face to turn slightly paler. I have a bit of a headache. Could the healer treat me in my room? Algarez stared at her pale face. Of course. I'll send the healer to your room. Thanks. Goodbye. After saying this, Ginger turned to leave, but took 2 steps before coming back. She pulled an apple from her small bag and placed it on the table in the command room. Your Highness, your genes need repairing. This is for you. Goodbye. Having a sugar daddy with power is a huge advantage. She didn't want him to drop dead from genetic collapse, leaving her without her powerful backer, only to get captured and forced to bear children, or dissected as a lab specimen. So she had to win her sugar daddy's favor. Once he took a liking to her, or better yet, fell in love with her, then she wouldn't have to worry anymore. Algarez watched as she left the command room. His pitch-black gaze fell upon the crimson apple. Moore took a deep breath. Commander, this apple smells amazing. A big, red apple radiating a fruity fragrance. It was the first time he had seen such a thing. Algarez sat down. You sensed psychic energy from her? Yes. When she used her psychic energy, I couldn't move at all. He spun the white psychic orb in his hand. After a moment of contemplation, send Aurora to treat her. It was after Moore had left. He picked up the apple on the table and fell into thought. This girl named Ajang actually noticed his genetic deterioration. The Empire's Marshal met the girl for the first time, unaware that she was his newlywed wife. Now, holding the apple she gave him, he sank into deep thought. Alone, She effortlessly took down dozens of Zerg. Can a parasite really have zero psychic energy? Before Ginger could return to her room, McKean suddenly grabbed her. Where have you been? She shook off her hand. Where else? Such a beautiful battleship. Of course, I had to take a good look around. You didn't sneak off to see the Marshal, did you? Little sister, have you forgotten? I'm his wife now. Even if I went to see him, it's perfectly legal under Imperial law. Why are you so concerned about namping? Could it be regret? McKean did regret it. She never expected the Marshal to be far more charming than the rumors suggested. The spaceship was under attack at that time. She could only huddle in the escape pod with Ziel Shao. But the moment Marshall's voice rang out, not just her, everyone on the spaceship started cheering loudly. Out of the escape pod, seeing his exclusive black hunting warship, her heart was shaken. If I had married him accordito the marriage agreement back then she is the wife of the commander of this hunting warship. Ginger, are you okay? Ziel Shao appeared with a look of concern, as if he hadn't hesitated for a second to abandon her while fleeing for his life. The girl merely smiled faintly, without a trace. Take a step back. No worries, take your time chatting. I'm going back to rest first. Turned around and left in a hurry. The man still wanted to step forward and stop them. Currently, Yukian stood blocking his way, till the girl was out of sight. He just looked away. Ginger said before Thatch was already married. Who did she marry? Ziel Shao is therapist Aurora. McKean grabbed him in one swift motion. Look behind him. It seems like he didn't hear the question. Ziel Shao instinctively turned it around and saw the Marshal, the adjutant Moore, and the Legion's chief healer. Aurora is walking this way. After giving them a slight nod, walk straight past them without stopping. Aurora is the idol McKean has been chasing since childhood. She pulled Ziel Shao along and secretly followed the two from behind. Want to see what they're going to do? Until a room door opened somewhere. Ginger poked her head out. What did those people say? Moore and Aurora walked right in. Then the door closed. Ziel Shao's heart was shaken. Why? The Marshal's adjutant and chief healer will go find Zhang. Could it be that Ginger said? The fact that she was our Dimeride was a lie to him. In reality, she hooked up with a more capable man. McKean gritted his teeth and insisted that you must have seen it wrong. That's not my sister. She pulled the dazedman away to another place. The fire of Gialusa kept burning in her heart. She thought that useless piece of trash didn't see the Marshal. Didn't expect to actually meet them. The Marshal constilled Aurora to treat her. Aurora gave the girl a thorough checkup. The final conclusion matches the Marshal's. No energy left. Physical strength is only at lower end of historical levels. I think Miss Zhang is so strong because you can stomp the Zerg-infested humans' heads to bits. It probably has something to with her genetic breakdown. When I was little, I saw my father treat people like this. They have no mental energy. Physical strength is also gone to shit. But once life is threatened, they subconsciously use immense strength. It can even simulate tepsic energy. Keep yourself safe from danger. Aurora brought the conclusion to Agares. The latter listened with a calm expression, scheming as deep as the sea. But just as Hugh is about to leave, a strange fruity scent made him stop in his tracks. This apple contains spiritual energy. Agares's face slightly changed. Pick up the apple from Theodable and hand it to him. Take it to the lab for testing, quickly. 2 hours later, the battleship has reached the 8th galaxy. Ginger followed the crowd out. McKean is nowhere to be found. Strictly speaking, Ein deliberately left her behind, as if to get back at her. Phone not picking up. No reply to the message. At the same time, the test results for Apple are also out. Susie held the test report, rushing quickly to the command room where Agares was. The results are out, Marshal. The spiritual energy extracted from the apple. It's the healing power of plant-based spiritual energy. Mental strength has reached at least the 5th tier. Healing type plant psychic energy. Not only does it cure genetic collapse, you can still store plant seeds across the entire galaxy. There are only a handful of people with plant-based psychic abilities. What's more, he's our Diriac the 5th level. Agarez's pitch-black eyes suddenly narrowed sharply. Immediately order Redo find Ginger. At any cost. Garez got screwed over by his own Emperor brother again. The Emperor didn't get his permission. Spread the news hat, he's married. In an instant, the entire Startwork exploded with chatter. Everyone is speculating about thenly emerge coach's wife, Ginger Moo. Who the hell is this guy? Garez looked at the Emperor brother on the terminal. His face was so cold it could freeze ice. Even if you make the news public, I will still insist in getting a divorce. Originally, the Emperor wanted to inform him. Your wife is on the spaceship. But looking at my younger brother's grumpy face, he suddenly didn't feel like talking anymore. Therefore, Agarez missed the only chance. The earliest Chancheto learned the truth. At the same time, Ginger arrived at a natural food store. Get some money first to spend. McKean left him alone at the harbor. And he didn't have a single star coin to his name. 10 minutes ago, he called his cheap aunt. When Mrs. Moo heard wanted money, immediately said with a fake smile, "It's not that Auntie doesn't want to give you money. You and Agarez are already officially married. Your primary guardian has already been automatic liching to His Highness Agarez. And your aunt got kicked out of the guardian rule. The implication is, if you want money, go find Agarez. He won't spend another dime on him." Ginger turned off the computer. I'm feeling marined more that this cheap aunt suddenly sent him off to military academy. I just want to kill him. But why exactly? I was already buying very well behaved. Agreed to marry the Marshal. Unless something unexpected happened on the Marshal's side. This caused the mother and daughter to suddenly change their minds and decide to kill him. He walked into the accessories shop. The salesperson noticed he didn't have a single valuable item on him. She rolled her eyes with a very unpleasant expression. If you can't afford it, don't touch it. Natural foods are very fragile. If you touch it, it won't sell anymore. Ginger looked around. The fruits and vegetables here are small and sticky as hell. The fruits and vegetables are vastly different from those on Blue Star 3,000 years ago. He pointed at the display case, looking like a tiny kumquat, the tribute mandarin. Please take this out and let me have a look. Do you know how much any of these costs? After watching it, can you afford to buy it? Ginger glanced sideways. The cold gleamus fully revealed. It's just 2,000 star coins each, isn't it? How do you know he can't afford it? Call your boss over here. I want to buy 10. Stop trying to scare me. You don't even have 2,000 star coins on you. What do you have to buy with? Ginger reached out her hand. He smacked it right onto the glass. The glass cracked with a snap, forming a fissure. The salesman's face turned pale with shock, shouting, "Boss, some people can't afford to buy things. The shop owner is going to get wrecked." Sharp came out up and hearing the noise. Looking at the glass cabinet that even a laser gun can't shatter. I can't believe this little girl shattered it with just one slap. Realize immediately, this is definitely someone with top-notch mental and physical strength. Ginger pointed at Thezal Esperson and scolded angrily. Your store bullies customers with its size. I said I wanted to check out the little gadgets inside. He said, I don't even have 2,000 star credits to my name. Don't even think about looking. Don't even think about touching. I'm angry. You're talking nonsense. I didn't do that at all. Ginger pointed at him. Hand moves upward. There's surveillance footage that can be checked. Your previous remarks have already crossed the line into insult. It hurt me emotionally. I can sue you anytime, anywhere. The salesman finally realized he had bitten off more than he could chew. Sharp took one look at his expression. I knew right away that this little girl was telling the truth. Musher, you can leave now. Boss Muhil wanted to explain. Sharp's attitude weighs extremely firm in leaving. If you don't leave, I'll sue you. Musher was unwilling yet afraid of being sued, gave Ginger a fierce glare, turned around and left. After everyone had left, Sharp immediately telephoned the cabinet. Take out that little mandarin orange and show it to Ginger. Ginger is quite disgusted. Over 3,000 years ago, the mandarin oranges on Earth are all plump and round, full of hot air. Unlike this one. Like a little kumquat that's gone past its expiration date. Boss, do you accept fruits bigger than this one here? A fruit with plenty of juice? Sharp's eyes lit up as he accepted it. Take as much as you can get. Miss, are you from Farming Planet? Yes, my hometown is in Non-Gixing. On the 2 end, I'll reporto the 5th Academy. Brought some local specialties grown at home. Wait for me a sec. I went to get Sharp, and handed it eagerly in excitement. After Ginger left, she turned into the restroom. In the toilet, he used his supernatural ability to rapidly mature a seed of tribute mandarin. In less than 10 minutes, quickly sprout, blossom, bear fruit, and ripen. A fruit tree laden with abundant fruits. He picked that fruit into the bag. Not too many, a few, exactly 50. Instantly, the fruit trees were reduced to ashes. Returned to the food store again. When Sharp saw Thegral take out a plump, the plump tribute mandarin, my eyes are glued to it. Ginger asked him to try it first. Sharp, as a treasure. As a result, he carefully took a small bite. The fresh, sweet, and sour flavor bursts open in the mouth. In an instant, a surge of warmth spread through every limb and bone. So damn comfortable. He has lived for decades. I've never tasted such delicious and mouth-watering fruit before. Miss Ajong, how do you want to sell it? Sharp looked at Ginger uneasily. Can't wait to buy that bag of fruits right away. It was Ginger's first time doing this kind of business. Directly hand over the pricing power to the other party. Sharp offered the highest price in his heart. 5,000 star coins each. He originally wanted to bid a bit higher. The problem is he doesn't have that much money right now. Ginger tilted her head and thought for a moment. Nodded in agreement. In the end, there were 49 tribute oranges in the bag. Sharp directly transferred to 5,000 star coins to him. The extra 5,000 paid. I hope to leave a good impression on him. The two can collaborate long term. Ginger made a point to remind me before leaving. Don't tell anyone he was Theon who brought this fruit. If Sharp can keep a secret. After that, what new varieties did they have? I'll go to him first. Sharp firmly assured him. Absolutely won't tell a soul. But the girl still underestimated the unequiness of the fruits I grew myself. Sharp just put the fruit up for sale on StarNet. It immediately caused a sensation across the entire Star network. And the first batch of customers attracted. Coincidentally, it was exactly the Marshal's Hunband she was desperately searching for. Ginger just arrived at 5th Military Academy. She took a fancy to a real hunk. Back then, he was bending down to pick the colorful peppers scattered all over the campus. Unexpectedly, hand was quicker than his and picked up one. He looked up, instinctively blurted out, "Holy crap. Hey handsome, you're so pretty." The words had barely left his mouth. The seniors around gasped in shock. Turns out the handsome guy in front of me is. It turns out to be the most insane dean in charge of the planting department's scorecards. Yan Qi has an androgynous face. More delicate and charming than a woman. I hate it when people say he's pretty. Hearing this, he froze for a moment. A hint of amusement played at the corners of his mouth. You're very pretty too. Especially these pair of eyes. Dark as a lightless night. Ginger didn't expect the Alofati to be so easy to talk to. politely addressing the other person as senior. I'm a freshman. Just got here today. Don't know which department to apply for. Senior, do you know which department is the easiest and most laid back? Yan Qi glanced at the surrounding students, the seniors who got swept aside by him. Everyone shuddered for a moment. Of course, it's the planting department. The easiest and most carefree. No need to write any homework for the connection industry. Just make sure the head of the botany department is satisfied. Ginger heard what he said. Think it over carefully. I think this suggestion is feasible. I'm happy to say I'm going to sign up. But the senior pointed at the colorful chili pepper in Yan Qi's hand. Can I take this thing? You can take it, but what do you need it for? Of course, I ate. But this thing has mutated. Just one color doesn't look good. Yan Qi narrowed his peach blossom eyes. It's edible. And you know it's mutated. There were originally 7 colors here. Now, there's only one kind. But it's okay. It doesn't affect the taste. I'll make some pickled peppers for you to try later. Yan Qi rolled her eyes. Without showing any emotion. It was the first time heard someone say that. The mascot of the 5th Military Academy is the mutant fruit. So the girl in front of me might not be useless after all. Is a big treasure. He immediately made up his mind. To get this big treasure into the planting department. So he volunteered to take Ginger to sign up. He kept on boasting while walking. Let me tell you. The dean of the horticulture department is hands down the best teacher in the entire school. In the Empire's cultivation circles, he is also a big name. A formidable presence. Really? Then I must be the luckiest person ever. I will definitively and obey. Don't cause trouble for the teacher. The head of the planting department just loves obedient students like you. If you go, he'll definitely give you extra credit. The seniors behind them were all gaping in astonishment. Suddenly, the world feels surreal. We arrived smoothly at the new student registration office without any obstacles. At this point, Ginger also knew the handsome man was called Yan Qi. When it was his turn to register, just realized my name was changed to Ginger Moo. Still, modified 5 minutes before registering marriage with the Marshal. In other words, his cheap aunt. To make her fit the status of eldest daughter of the Moo family. Changed his surname without permission. He immediately asked the registration teacher to change it back to the original name. Yet no one knew that this small action of his. The Marshal who had been wanting to divorce him all along. Missed it again. After registering, proceeding to the payment step, Ginger was dumbfounded. He didn't expect the tuition loan to cost 500,000 star coins. And he only had 50,000 star coins left in his account. So Ginger applied to the registry office to request installment payments. The teacher at the registration office thought he was here to mess around. Kick him out. Right at that moment, Yan Qi walked over. Jia Champing acted as if he had found a lifeline. Stuttering, heckled out to Yan. Master Yan clapping. What's wrong with me? You better explain yourself clearly to me today. Otherwise, this isn't over. After Ginger finished speaking, clench your fist. With a loud clang, the 10 tables in front of him were shattered to pieces. Rocks splintered and flew in all directions. Everything was thrown at Jia Champing. Big bow Ginger. What's wrong? Yan Qi quickly changed her tune. Almost called her baby girl. After hearing the girl's explanation, he thinks it's not a big deal. Let me see. How much money do you have? I've already vouched for you. Ginger extended her hand with the neural interface. Yan Qi took a look. Instinctively, it shouted out, my darling. With just this little property of yours, still need to pay in installments. Then we can just bury ourselves in the dirt. Ginger blinked. What do you mean? You figure it out yourself. Anyway, I didn't count how many zeros there are at the end. Ginger was even more confused. He sold 49 supply orders, Earned 250,000 star coins. Spent 200,000 on clothes and space buttons. 50,000 star coins. That's just 4 zeros. It's not as exaggerated as he made it out to be. He immediately glanced down at C's eyes. Seeing the balance in my account, suddenly, there's an endless string of zeros popping up. It's not like a hobby that much money. You click on the money source. Upon hearing this, Ginger clicks the source of funds next to the account. The pop-up message says, shared marital property. That is to say, such a huge sum of money. It's her cheap husband's. At this moment, Yan-Ki also noticed. Big baby. You just got married 5 hours ago, right? According to Imperial law, both parties registered their marriage within 5 hours. Imperial bank account. The translation will be based on the registration information provided by the marriage registration office. Automatically enable sharing. After the couple's and assets are shared, no matter how much other person earns, all belong to the couple's shared property. But there's one thing. If a prenuptial agreement is signed in advance, property before marriage registration, it's impossible to share. So, sweetheart, your husband is so rich. Are you sure you didn't forget to sign a prenup with you? Ginger suddenly started cawing violently, coughing until her little face turned red. Tears almost burst out. Yan-Ki could tell at a glance from his posture that she had guessed right. Alright, stop coughing already. Since there's money now, hurry up and pay the tuition fee. Don't bother with installments. They successfully completed the enrollment procedures on their end. But little did he know, he was just about to step out of the 5th Military Academy's main gate. The Marshal. His smart device beeped with a payment notification. Hello, met Imperial Bank customer. Your wife paid the fee at 5th Military Academy. Deducted 620,000 star coins. $50,000 tuition, 12,000 accommodation fee. Susie Moore looked as if she had seen the king of the Zerg, staring at their own commander in terror. They just heard something. The commander's wife paid the fees at the 5th Military Academy. Deducted 620,000 star coins. In other words, their commander's wife. He's a freshman at the 5th Military Academy. Just now, the head coach asked the dean of students, Mrs. Dempsey, to look up the lady's name. What did Dempsey say again? No such person. To be fair, Dempsey wasn't exactly wrong, because he was checking on Ginger Moo. However, just half an hour ago, Ginger just changed back to her original name. So it means this person doesn't exist. Originally, Agares found out that girl Ajong went to 5th Military Academy. He was thinking of taking the opportunity to find his newlywed wife and get a divorce. The dean said there was no such person. In the end, if he leaves and then comes back, make a big show-off looking for him. It's very likely to expose his personal information. Agares thought it over carefully. I've decided to leave first and figure things out later. Moore, standing to his side, grew anxious. After all, return to base. Not dying from being loved by grass. Just beat me to death. Left or right, it's all death. It's better to meet the lady. Boss, you and your wife have been registered for 5 hours. We're already at the entrance of Mrs. School. Don't you really want to take a look? Jushi also joined in the effort to persuade. Yes, that's the general's wife. A little girl. Arriving at the unfamiliar 5th Military Academy. Since you're already here, not taking a look at her will be a bit unreasonable. On the other side, Yan-Ki led Ginger to the detached villa area. The small villa here costs 1,000 star coins per month. The price is quite a bargain. The two had a friendly exchange. Before leaving, Yan-Ki specifically instructed, tell Ginger to go see him the next day. Afterwards, Ginger planted the colorful chili pepper seeds she brought in the backyard. After entering the villa, just as she was pondering how to win over her cheap husband, The balcony of the neighboring ville wasn't properly closed. Unexpectedly, Mukin's voice came through. "Mom, that bitch Ginger did not meet with the Marshal. Don't worry, he doesn't know if Marshal wants to divorce her. I will also do everything in my power to stop them from meeting. As long as we don't meet." The Marshal had no choice but to file for divorce with him. During military training, "I'll do whatever it takes to kill him. Make him the Marshal's queen. Completely uniblito get divorced." Got it. No wonder his cheap aunt suddenly did a complete 180 in attitude. It seems some of my previous guesses were correct. Stuff him into the 5th military academy. Just find a way to kill him. This way, the Mu family not only gained a good reputation, still relying on being related to the royal family by marriage, enjoying the protection and care provided by the royal family. But one thing was indeed correct. As long as we don't meet, we can't get divorced. Marshal, it's fine even if you're unwilling. Just keep dragging it out. At this very moment, Zhang Siguang's phone rang. He immediately teledated into the house. When McKean stuck his head out to take a look, "I only see a puff of air." The call was from Sharp. He even mentioned that the Marshal had come to see him before. Want to dig up information about him. But Sharp wasn't telling the truth. Just said. It was brought over by a student from Farm Star 2. Ginger's eyes darted around. Instantly had an idea. "Sharp. Is this the contact number Agaras left for you? Left a message saying next time Simeon brings this kind of fruit again, just blast his ass directly. Shine the flashlight at him, now. Just say the fruit growers went to the 5th Galaxy space station. I'm about to board the spaceship and leave." So just now, he was successful liberties by his subordinate. The Marshal is about to arrive at the 5th Military Academy. After receiving the message, immediately ordered a return to the space station. But just as he turned to leave, Ginger in the crowd took advantage of her small size. Raising his voice, he asked, "Your Highness Agaras, on the Star Network, your account shows that you're already married. I heard about your new wife. You're a freshman at the 5th Military Academy, right? Marshal? I heard you're already married. Moreover, the newlywed wife is a freshman at the 5th Military Academy. Right." Ginger's voice trailed off. The students below immediately erupted in an uproar. Marshal has always been the idol and heartthrob of the students. Everyone is very curious about who his wife really is. I didn't expect them to be freshmen from their own college. And from the moment Agaras laid eyes on Ginger, his eyes were fixed tightly on him. Ginger isn't afraid of being recognized by him. Because I knew it was anti-cheap. Did not send his photo to him. He took the risk to pull this stunt. I just want Agaresto admitted in public. Having such a wife. Prince Agaras, you came today. Must be here to drop his wife off for work. You're such a good husband. Being your wife must be very happy. Put on the silk top hat. The students held their heads in their hands. Dreamy. Pissed off. The Marshal is extremely busy with countless affairs. Returning from Colester to get married. Not only did he fail to keep his wife in the palace, when the Culinary didn't even make it to Coal Star, but to send her to report at the military academy. What kind of love is this? The coach's wife must have a very high level of mental strength. Your physical fitness must be amazing. Come to the military academy. Surely it's to follow in the footsteps of Coach Agaras. Aurora and more were stand on the side. Especially more. This girl called Ajang. Not only can he crush the heads off the Zerg-infested humans. You're quite well informed. Everyone knows the madam is a freshman at the 5th Military Academy. He's such a failure as an aide. He doesn't even know what High Sound Commander's wife looks like. Agaras strode forward with his long, 2-meter-8 legs. Walked straight up to the girl. "Hello, Miss Ajang. May I ask who gave you the apple you put down earlier? Looking at my handsome hubby up close like this." Ginger couldn't wait to goop and plant a few big kisses. With this kind of looks that are out of this world. He could never get tired of it even if he did it for a lifetime. He is a cultivator with 7th tier plant spiritual power. Give my Ginger a straight-facedly with eyes wide open. He gave me a lot. I ate his fruit. The corrupted Genesave been repaired. The one I gave you earlier was the last one. Do you know where he is? Ginger curled the corner of her mouth. Prince Algares, I want to know if your wife is at the 5th Academy. Do you love her very much? Algares's pitch-black eyes darkened like the night. You want to use this as leverage. How can you call it an exchange? We who come to the Military Academy to study are all look up to you as a role model. Algares stared at the girl before him. This girl is so smart. Ginger opened her mouth, pressing step by step. Increase the bait. Prince Algares says a word. Is it really that hard for you to care about your wife? As long as you say it. 7th tier plant-based cultivator. There's still a little something left with me. I can give it to you. Algares gazed at the girl, whose smile was as fleeting as smoke. After a moment of thought, he spoke words against his conscience. Yes. My wife is a freshman at 5th Military Academy. Here to report today. I hope everyone won't going to find out who she is. I hope she can spend a happy 5 years here with all of you. Ginger couldn't help but choke back a scream in her heart. Finally forced him to say it. Sure enough, a 7th tier plant-based cultivator was nothing to him. Is more important than his cheap wife. The seniors gathered around here started whistling. The crowd is fired up. Got it. Yet they only cared about the things left behind by that botanist, because these things are too important to the empire. Ginger led their group back to the dormitory. A sense of shared pride rises in my heart. No wonder he's the cheap husband he had his eye on. Your moral character is truly top-notch. For his kingdom and his name, I can dedicate myself wholeheartedly until my dying breath. I just don't know I've fallen for someone. Will the Iron Man turn soft as silk? The thought of her cheap husband falling in love with him made Ginger sick. That long dormant, girly heart. My heart couldn't help but pound wildly. The Grand Marshal following behind. I have no idea at all. In the girl's mind, she's outdone me apart countless times. Ginger was only thinking to herself. My husband is almost at the dorm. Haven't figured out what to give him yet. He had a sudden inspiration. Turn around and point a finger at the dormitory not far away. Prince Algares, that dorm is where I live now. The door isn't locked. Go in first and wait for me a moment. I'll be right back. After saying that, he dashed off to the planting department's experimental field in a flash. Just happened to run into Key digging in the dirt. Big baby, didn't I tell you to come report in 2 days? What are you doing here now? Are there any fruit seeds? Yan Key narrowed his eyes. Sweetheart, are you planning to start school early? Start planting fruits. Ginger nodded heavily, with a face full of sincerity. Yes, senior. The dean of the horticulture department you mentioned is really great. As the saying goes, having a good teacher is invaluable. You've just stepped into the threshold of success. To please the new teacher, I decided to get some seeds first. Try to come up with something in 2 days. Leave a good impression on the teacher. Want seeds, then get seeds, still holding a grudge. What a sweetheart. Yan Qi took her straight to the seed vault. Let her pick whatever she wants. Ginger considered her cheap husband's current situation. Took 3 seeds. Yan Qi glanced at seeds he had taken. His eyes darkened. Big baby, you sure know how to pick. The 3 seeds in your hand. 2 of them were obtained from ancient earth. A total of 10 pills were obtained. So far, no one has managed to grow it successfully. If it weren't for them maintaining their activity in this constant temperature, I thought they were dead long ago. Ginger chuckled and said, I'll just give it a try. Don't get your hopes up too much with me. I'm leaving first. Wait till I make it big. I also respect and take care of you. After saying that, he ran off faster than a rabbit. When leaving, he didn't forget to grab 3 jars. Finally made it to the dorm entrance. Ziel Shao suddenly darted out from the roadside, holding a green banana in one hand, holding a small, dry, and drinkled apple in one hand. Sisi, you said you don't like eating apples. Come eat a banana. Zhang Si almost couldn't stop Herschel from throwing herself into his arms. He immediately mobilized his invisible spiritual energy. It hit Zhao He's ankle. Ziel Shao is in pain. He tilted his body. He brushed past them from his side. Ahead. Bumped into Agares, who came out upon hearing the noise. The man instinctively wrapped his arm around her. Her petite frame fit perfectly into his embrace. Ziel Shao suddenly felt upset inside. Without thinking, Shu Fu reissued it to grab Zhang Si's arm. Sisi, we agreed to go to the sperm bank. You can't disrespect Coach Agares like this. Quickly apologized to the coach. The soft body was yanked out. Agares suddenly felt inexplicably irritated. His sharp, pitch-black gaze fell upon Zhao He's. Ginger was almost pissed off by this two-faced guy. Finally got some quality time with my dear hubby. Zhao He's, are you out of your damn mind? Taking a crappy banana. Let me go with you to the sperm bank. We agreed on this 3 months ago. Ziel Shao's legs were trembling under Agares's stare. Sisi, you're not admitting it now. You insist on telling me you're already registered to get married. I know you're scared. Afraid I won't let you come to military school. You're only lying to me because you're stuck at home. Hearing that the girl is already married, Agares was slightly startled. But he quickly suppressed that flicker of irritation in his heart. Quietly sizing up the girl. Fair and clear skin. Looks delicate and pretty. Like being handpicked from a gentpool after meticulous selection. Ziel Shao saw Ginger staying silent. Thought I had it all figured out. Sisi today right in front of Agares's head coach. I promise you. I will absolutely not let you leave the military academy. I will respect all your choices regarding the sperm bank. Even if we have kids. I will also share the responsibility of raising them with you. I won't let you bear everything alone. You're pushing your luck. You're getting more and more worked up, aren't you? I'm already registered to get married. Moreover, my husband is a fearless warrior who stands tall and unyielding. You're lying. You said your husband was from the hunting corps. Ask the Marshal if he knows. Agares's finger slightly tightened. His pitch-black eyes darkened. Hunting Legion. Which bastard was it during the frontline combat? Through the StarNet network. Getting married to a girl who just turned legal age. Ginger was really so pissed off by this idiot that she couldn't help but laugh. My husband is from hunting corps. Who the hell are you with? What's the relationship? And you still want Prince Agares to prove it to you? Do you even deserve it? If I remember correctly, the laws of the Trojan Empire provided protection for military marriages. Yes, it is stipulated by the laws of the Trojan Empire. Partner is a frontline combatant. During the operation, if someone has ill intentions toward their partner, once it's confirmed, deprived of freedom for life, exiled to the garbage planet. This gentleman. The 200,000 soldiers of the Hunter Corps are all frontline combat personnel. Their marriage is protected by Imperial law. You have now violated Imperial law. Miss Zhang can sue you. Ziel Shao heard that the Marshal was on Ginger's side, suddenly remembering that the other person is Simeon, who always takes sides with their own. 10 years ago, the Hunters Legion was ordered to resist the Zerg. Several people were captured by the Zerg. Everyone thought they were dead. The Marshal did not see their corpses, just all alone, piloting the mech into the heart of the alien swarm. We rescued the people from the Hunters Legion. As a result, I was severely injured myself. Almost died. But he said he didn't regret it at all. Got it. Boss, you've got it all wrong. Ziel Shao quickly put on a flattering smile. Sisi and I grew up together. I used to joke around all the time. He registered his marriage with Samin from the Hunter Corps. I didn't tell my family about it. So I don't know. Please, Commander, be magnanimous. Don't take it to heart with me. Sisi, hurry up and talk to the commander. We grew up together. Grew up together. Zhang Si was thinking Gabbett filing a lawsuit. Of course, she'll look into her cheap husband's background. This investigation will expose his cheap wife in no time. Agares will take him to get a divorce. No choice but to put up with this idiot for now. Wait until that cheap bastard husband is gone. Find another way to deal with him. Fine, I won't make you a big deal out of it. Zil Xiao's eyes lit up with joy. Did you hear that? Sisi doesn't take it to heart. I won't do it again in the future. I beg you. Agares lowered his eyes. A hint of disapproval flashed in his eyes. Is this your choice? Ginger feels so damn frustrated. If I manage to snag a cheap husband, he can drag Zil Xiao into the mud so deep that he can't even crawl out. Now, I'd only grudgingly pretend to be generous. Yes, Your Highness, this is my choice. I've known him for a few years. Always have to show a little exaggeration for others' feelings. But this is the last time. If he dares to say that in front of me again next time, let me go with him to the sperm bank. Such insulting words. I will file a lawsuit. Deprive him of freedom for life. Exiled to the garbage planet. Zil Xiao heard this, bowing at a 90-degree angle like a little bitch, endlessly saying thank you over and over. He ran off like his ass was on fire. Ginger stared at his retreating figure, while inwardly cursing under my breath, still up to no good. Release spiritual energy. Zil Xiao took a nasty spill. Looking at the girl before Muho was the wife of my subordinate. Agares thought it over for a moment. Words say your husband. Zhang Si turned around, walking back to Theodore in a cheerful mood. He immediately picked up on what he was saying. Zil Xiao is right. My husband is from your hunting corps. We haven't registered for long. It was registered through StarNet. Follow him. He casually picked up the can he had placed on the ground. So that's how it is. Ginger opened Theodore to let Agares in. His gaze swept over his towering figure wrapped in military uniform. It feels sweet in my heart. I'm telling you. Your Highness, my husband's long legs and sharp eyes. Responsible, patriotic, and exceptionally capable. Rich and extremely generous. Don't mind me being poor. They didn't even sign a prenup with me. By the way, Your Highness, did you sign a prenuptial agreement with your wife? Agares was stunned for a moment upon hearing this. Shook his head immediately. Without him, as long as we remain in a marital relationship, belongs to me. As long as it does not harm national interest in any way. He also has the right to use it. I don't need to sign any prenup with him. Wow, my husband's behavior is just amazing. Ginger once again felt that their judgment was spot on. Got such a great deal. Who knows what people in this interstellar age are thinking? It's just not being able to have a little brat, isn't it? My husband thinks the same way. Ginger closed the door. The whole person feels like they're soaking in a jar of honey. He told me the same thing. Say everything that belongs to him. As long as it doesn't harm national interests. I also have the right to exercise. Prince Agares, is this one of the fine traditions of your hunting corps? It's not the fine tradition of the hunting corps. It is a soldier's promise to his wife. Agares said. His gaze instantly landed on the table. Lush and verdant plants. The branches were laden with colorful fruits. It still emits a comforting spiritual energy. Ginger finally saw. The colorful peppers on Theodable actually change color. Restore it to how it was in ancient Earth times. His heart skipped a beat. Damn, is my identity about to be exposed now? This is that level 7 planter. Things left for you. Are you going to give it to me? Ginger was dumbfounded. Looks like the cheap husband got the wrong idea. He came to his senses. Go along with what the other person is saying. This is what he left behind. But there are others. Wait a second. As he spoke, he ran into the bedroom. He slammed the door shut. Start dealing with seeds in hand. The seeds sprouted quickly, grow into a little tree. And it's laden with fruit. Then he walked out of the room. Let Agares help. Transplant it into the 3 pots he brought. The man looked at the plant in front of him with some surprise. What are all these plants? The girl patently introduced each one in detail. This is a type of grape from before the apocalypse of ancient Earth. Calling sapphire goldfinger, also known as grape. This is also a type of grape. Call her red grape ice beauty. And this one. Don't eat lemons straight. You can slice it and soak it in honey water. This is from Thatrink 7 planter for you. Something that belongs to you personally. I pressed for species not yet seen in the market. Convert its value into star coins. Transfer the money to you. Ginger immediate client on high alert. The moment the money was transferred, the truth came out. Quickly refused. I don't need my husband to be here either. Hunting Legion. Consider these as gifts from my husband. Agares saw that Hedda didn't want money. Also mentioned her own husband. Who is your husband? Tell me what happens next. The fruit on top can picked by him first. Ginger hid the hand holding the neural computer behind her back. The other hand was shaking vigorously. No need, as a family member of an Imperial soldier. Sending some gifts is the least I can do. Don't make a fuss over such trivial things. Let my husband receive a special treatment. Hurry up and get Simeon to move it away. Teetering on the brink of being exposed. Fucking exciting. Agares slightly furrowed his brows. I don't agree with Ginger's approach. These things haven't ever appeared before. Its value is beyond measure. On behalf of the Trojan Empire's hunting corps, I am transferring money to you. Or let your husband be the first one to pick them. Fair and reasonable. You don't need to worry about what others will say about you. Discovered another perk of my cheap husband. Understanding and considerate. Extremely patient. It's a shame he's not his now. Heavens above and earth below. If he is guilty, please strike him dead with lightning. Don't make such a big deal out of it. The perfect husband was right in front of her. Can look, but can't eat. In the end, they could stress of their disagreement. She had no choice but to take the knife the other person was carrying as an exchange. Just now, she found the knife her cheap husband used for digging dirt. It looks just like the machete used to hack zombies in the apocalypse. Agares left. They didn't put that pot of color focali peppers into the space warp, but carried him on the spaceship instead. He just came out off the plantation, far away. I saw him holding a bunch of colorful chili peppers. Eyes are glued to it. He remembered that Daba seemed to have mentioned it. The school's mascot fruit. Originally, Tongtong's hold had been a colorful fruit. Did he turn around in an instant? Walking like the wind. Heading back to the dorm. At this moment, Ginger ran over and sat on the sofa, staring at the uninvited guest before me. Currently, I didn't invite you. Who told you to come in? Mukian's eyes were glued to the table. There was a plate of fruit that was red to the point of being purple and blue, with a hint of purple. The intoxicating fruity aroma is irresistible. There's still a cup giving off a sour smell. Inside, there are restless cucumbers. Jealousy instant lyros in his heart. These must all be gifts from His Highness Agares. It should have been his. He plopped down on the sofa. A smile that doesn't reach the eyes. What are you talking about, sis? I heard Zeal Shao say. Prince Agares is sure to see you. Ginger picked up the lemonade. This pretty boy with the fat innocent face wants to kill him. Don't want him to meet Agares. Then let him see for himself what a real scheming bitch is. The original master of the White Lotus. Chonkian. You don't know. The reason he appeared in the 5th galaxy. Actually, it was to chase after me. Back then on the spaceship. We were held hostage by robbers. He just happened to save us. I was scared of him before. thinking of him as Themepire's shining light. I don't deserve him. Didn't dare to acknowledge him. Even if he sends out his top therapist, show me your body. I didn't dare say was his wife. He chased all the way to the school. They even dug up my info. No way. I admit it. You tell him. You are his registered wife. Otherwise, how do you think he could afford the tuition? How can I afford this 10,000 star coin single villa? The dormitory is correct. Sis has no energy left. If I mess up, you can count me out. The shared account between my husband and me. How many zeros is this? He said as he turned in the light brain. He held out his wrist. Let McKean help him count zeros in the account. McKean just glanced at the jealous eyes. Blood red. Garas actually didn't sign a prenup with him. Directly activated a joint account for couples. Are you feeling smug? Sis, just casually. What are you talking about? What's there to be proud of with such a small amount of money? Don't. It would be embarrassing if people found out. The Mu family is, after ability. After all, you're the eldest daughter of the Mu family. How can you be so ignorant? McKean is so pissed right now she wants to kill Ginger right this second. But he just couldn't. He took a deep breath, pointing at the fruit on the table. This fruit was also brought by His Highness Agaras. Ginger reached out and plucked one to put in her mouth. He deliberately smacked to his lips while chewing. I don't want to hide it from you either. Your Highness originally wanted to divorce me when you saw me. But I told him I couldn't live without him. He felt pity for me. He never brought up the divorce again. Maybe Auntie told him I'm not in good health. He gave me these natural fruits. The market doesn't have it yet. It's a new breed. Eating more is good for my health. McKean stared at the fruit on the table. Indeed, it's not available on the market. She is the daughter of nobility, raised in luxury since childhood. I've never seen such a fruit before. I've never smelled such a fruity fragrance before. Marry Prince Agaras. Turns out, there are so many great benefits. I should have known he shouldn't have cared about fertility stats. You should marry him. Enjoy everything about him. Wait until he spends all his money. He can have children with someone else. It doesn't matter even if I get caught. Imperial law is lenient towards mothers. He regrets it. Couldn't resist scooping up what was on the table. These fruits should have been his. Sis natural foods. Especially the new varieties. It will always bring some mental energy. Do you have the energy? Eating these doesn't work. Give it to me. My spiritual power is at the 3rd level. Eating this might just send you straight to the 4th stage. Ginger looked at his greedy eyes. He downed the lemonade in the glass in one gulp. Put it down immediately. Fruit within reach. McKean would never let it go. Are you really not going to listen? Ginger got up. The cup in hand smashed directly into McKean's forehead. McKean let out a painful scream. The hands holding the plate suddenly let go. Ginger caught the plate, put it on the table casually. Looking at his forehead, that was smashed into a bloody hole. Weighing the blood-stained cup in hand. How many years has it been? I haven't hit Anyanethus gently before. Chonkian, you're eerily so disobedient. Taking without a skinges called stealing. Especially the stuff your brother-in-law gave me. Is that something you can handle? McKean covered her head in pain. Blood dripped through the gaps between his fingers. He glared at Ginger with malice. How dare you hit me? I will definitely tell Mom. Let him teach you a good lesson. Ginger pretended to be scared. Are you a kid? Calling Mom when getting into a fight. Then I'll also send a brainwave message to His Highness Agaras. Let him teach the Mu family a good lesson. See who's the best. At the moment, McKean is just being stubborn as a mule. You'll regret it. You'll regret hitting me today. This pretty little threat doesn't pack any punch at all. Regret it to death. I regret it now. I regret giving you another shot, Ginger said. once again picking up the cup. He smashed it against his head. McKean was so scared that she covered her head. He ran out of his room in a panic, just bumped into Toyn Ki at the door. Yan Ki chose to selectively ignore McKean. His forehead was smashed open, leaving a bloody hole. In a flash, hedged into the room. Big baby, are you okay? Where are you hurt? Come on, I'll take you to the healing pod. Ginger washed the grapes again. Taken out. I'm fine, just chased away a fruit thief. The senior is here, just in time to try it. This is the hoof I fought tooth-hand nail to protect from the thief. Yan Ki stared at the trotter she had brought out in his hands. A face full of surprise. You grew it out. Ginger paused mid-kick. Damn it, the Interstellar is ruined. No one can grow plants without soil, not a single person. It can make a plant blossom and bear fruit in an instant. Isn't he just asking for trouble? Yan Ki was so excited she couldn't control herself. Pluck a red grape. Carefully place it in the mouth. The flesh is firm and crisp. Tender and juicy. Delicious Dabao. What a precious little darling you are. It really grew. Ginger shook her head like a rattle drum. It's not me. The seeds you gave me are still soaking in water. Yan Ki rubbed his hands together and chuckled twice. His sleazy look was like a stinky bandit who just spotted a beautiful woman. You took the seeds from the seed bank. It's grapes from ancient earth. And what you're holding in your hand is grapes. You actually told me it wasn't you who grew it. Big baby, lying doesn't make you a good kid. Ginger feels like she's going toned up killing herself sooner or later. Completely forgot about the handsome guy right in front of me. He's a hard-working farmer. It's really not me. Someone gave it to me. Yan Ki still didn't believe it. These few grape seeds from ancient earth. But I spent a fortunato get it back. Except for the 1st and 3rd military academies, there are. Other places don't have it. Make sure others don't have. For example, even His Highness Agarez wouldn't have it. Yan Ki was taken aback. You're not going to tell me. These 2 bunches of grapes are from His Highness Agarez to you. Ginger nodded his head heavily. It's him who gave it to me. He just left my place. Many people have seen it. Yan Ki narrowed her eyes. Tsk, sweetheart. Prince Agarez. It's just that you're the one with those separate eyes, long legs, and loaded with cash. Forget about the husband wouldn't sign a prenup with you. Ginger definitely can admit it. Yan Ki squinted her eyes. Look him up and down. You are not the Imperial princess consort. This grape is what you've grown yourself. Angry Ginger gritted her teeth, thinking about silencing him now. The possibility of destroying the evidence and covering up the crime again. Yan Ki noticed he stayed silent. He let out a sinister chuckle. Open the light brain on the wrist. Project the image. Look, it's Arya dialoguing up on the internet. Let me read it to you. Prince Agarez's newlywed wife. To follow in the footsteps of His Highness the Soldier. After registering with Your Highness, he then went to the 5th Military Academy. Blah. Your Highness's photo at 5th Military Academy. It was also filmed and uploaded. Your husband is really 360-degree, flawless Betty, no bad angles. No matter how you take it, it always looks good. This face, these legs, this waist makes even a guy like me feel tempted. Ginger was so confused she was seeing stars. In the end, there was really no other way. Sit down on the chair. You win. I'm Agarez, a newlywed wife who just registered less than 6 hours ago. Yan Ki saw him admit toppling over another chair, sitting in front of him. Pointing at the grapes on the table, he reassured him, don't worry. You want to hide your identity and do something big. I'll definitely keep it a secret for you. Come on, tell me. Where did these 2 bunches of grapes come from? Did Prince Agarez really give this to you? And I saw him holding a plant with a pot full of colorful fruits. Where's your colorful pepper? Ginger reluctantly admitted, using an alt account. Another one who'd rather die than admit it. My colorful peppers have been replanted in the vibrant red garden. As for the fruits up there, to be honest with you, he didn't come here to look for me. He just dropped by to see me. Speak of his misfortune. You are his newlywed wife. It's his partner. Not here to see you. Who else can I turn to? Of course, there is. If there were a 7th-tier plant-based cultivator. You say it's the wife's fault. Still a level 7 planter, huh? Yan Qi's beautiful peach blossom eyes suddenly widen. The voice is cracking. You mean, these tubinches of grapes? It was grown by a 7th-tier planter. Ginger nodded. Lies roll off the tongue effortlessly. I have no energy left. Physical ability is trash again. Genetic collapse. Have to rely on natural foods to stay healthy. I was fortunate enough to meet a cultivator. But I didn't know was a 7th tier. He gave me a pot of rainbow peppers. That pot of colorful peppers has always been kept in my space bun. So the colorful peppers I planted at the 5th Military Academy. Different from mine. I'd only crawl into a rainbow pepper. Study why they are different. Your Highness heard that Hekami to the 5th star system. I heard he might be heading to the neighboring Federation. He couldn't wait to come. As soon as Yan Qi heard that a 7th-tier planter was going to the neighboring Federation, he sprang to his feet in an instant. A slap landed on the table. Absolutely cannot let them go to the Federation. A 7th-tier cultivator is a treasure of the Empire. The best therapist for pairing genetic collapse. How can we go to the neighboring Federation? Ginger let out a puzzled huh? Yan Qi looked at him like he was an idiot. You don't even know basic common sense. Let me educate you a bit. Mental power level 3 is the basic requirement to become a healer. Not all plant-based people can also become a therapist who repairs genetic breakdowns. It has reached a plant-based level of 5th tier or above. Mental energy also has ascertained restorative effect. The 7th tier restoration ability is even more powerful. The Empire's only remaining 7th tier plant healer, already 145 years old. But that old guy went missing. No one knows where he is. For 3,000 years, we select genes. The kids they raise all turn out exactly how they want them to be. That's exactly why countless perfect children are created. So the gods are punishing us. Let every child born from the fertility bank. Genes can also break down. And the collapse is getting worse day by day. Many times, our loved ones can live to be 150 to 200 years old. But they basically didn't die of natural causes, but to die in agony from genetic collapse. So we urgently need one. A healer capable of repairing genetic collapse. I'll ask one more question. Don't even ask. You, this princess consort, compared to a 7th tier plant-based healer. You must be kidding. Who the hell wants to ask this? If this level 7 plant healer, go to the neighboring Figfidden for real. What will become of the Empire? Yan Qi didn't even think twice. Back to the Empire. It's been many years. No healer of such a high rank has appeared in a long time. If he's dead set on going to the neighboring Federation, I believe everything. According to the Empire's standards, Prince Agares will stop at nothing to catch him. Twist his head off. Then they threw his body into the lab for dissection. Before he's completely dead. Strip away his mental energy. Seal it up. A warning to the entire Empire. This is the price of betraying the Empire. Ginger shivered. Damn, that's brutal. Baby, you really need Tajit to know that therapist. You go talk some sense into him. Don't do anything stupid. Go to hell with the Federation. Let him go find His Highness Agares. His Highness will surely report to His Majesty. His Majesty will grant him the highest honor of the Empire. Promote him to the Empire's first chief healer. This position is secondary to the prince. Ginger responded with a perfunctory "oh." At the same time, in the space station of the 5th star system's planet, Aurora came out of the laboratory, reporting to the commander. Experiments have proven the spiritual energy extracted from these fertility plants, not only can it slow down genetic deterioration, can still repair the corrupted genes. Just eat the fruit or stay by its side. It will take effect. Garaz looked at the 4 pots of thriving plants laden with fruit. The voice was icy, a commanding presence without anger. Pass it down. Secretly searching for a 7th-tier plant-based healer. Don't alert the enemy. Do not reveal the existence of a 7th-tier healer. The words fell. Moore let out a scream from outside. He rushed over like a madman. Commander, a 7th-tier plant healer, verified on StarNet. Open an account. Account privacy level set to maximum. He even went so far as to name and shame Agarez's head coach. You insist on looking for him. He went to settle in Theniburing Federation. Look for him, he'll be on StarNet. Irregular sales of fruits with the ability to treat genetic collapse. Turns out, it just happened. Ginger registered on StarNet and certified as a 7th-tier plant-based healer. The AI of the main brain. It is a great invention of the Trojan Empire. It can automatically identify the level of psychic power. For high-level ones, it will automatically be classified as a hidden level, and thus achieve status. Confidentiality. Will not let other countries find out about carrying out assassinations or enticements. His account just got successfully registered, instantly skyrocketing to the hottest topic on the StarNet. The Star friends all left comments below. Dad, look at me, lit me. I was born with messed up genes, begging Dad to pick me. Heal me up. I don't care how many star coins it is. Dad, don't listen to the nonsense from upstairs. You see, all I need is for you to lift a finger. Give me a little healing. I'll be your son in no time. The Luo Empire has hundreds of millions of people following Ginger, and shamelessly called out Daddy in the comments below. Ginger held up the lemon tree with one hand and took a photo. Posted on StarNet. Don't call me Daddy. I'm thinking about how to win my husband over. Count how many fruits are on this lemon tree. Count it right, and I'll treat you to something sour. Once he sent it out, the internet is blowing up again. Chasing after my husband, so this isn't Dad. Mom, boss, don't be so rigid about gender roles. Why chase after a man? I'm chasing after you. The big boss's husband is so ungrateful. Even made the boss chase after me. So salty being a Nancy Earth enthusiast. Lemon, as a plant from before the apocalypse of ancient Earth. The fruit is juicy and the flesh is crisp. It has a rich, aromatic fragrance, rich in citric acid. You can also use a lemon to describe someone who's jealous inside. It's sour, so I'm telling Gevrion responsibly. The boss deliberately stirred up this whole mess out of jealousy. Let us sour our own hearts with longing. The benefits of holding Sumion in your arms. Just. The original StarNet was still speculating about who the crown princess might be. It was instantly suppressed with that making a single ripple. Ginger is satisfied. The alt account is finally safe. He just bought a set online. Get ready to make some lemon chicken feet. Then I contacted Sharp. Let him come to school. The fruits heplants in the future. I plan to hand over full responsibility for sales to him. Close your shop. It will only be sold in StarNet from now on. Sharp has the same idea. The fruits of a 7th-tier plant healer can be obtained online right away. The last 2 people signed the contract and swept everything clean. Ginger packed thousands of lemons into the space. Nyes gave it to him. Sharp left as soon as he could. Zhang Si opened the original owner's StarNet account. If you don't look, you won't know. One look, and I was shocked. His account is full of fake likes and followers. You love me, I love you. What did Zielshao give her today? What should I give her tomorrow? This dumb kiddo won't have a clue. That's just a scumbag. Clear his shanky cup with one click. Delete all the friends he's following. Follow him and block with one click. Bought an account in Star Network. The name is Ginger, not a corpse. Only care about agarias. Account profile picture. Change into a lemon tree laden with fruit. Get all this sorted out. He started the live stream. The ancestors once said, catch a man. You have to win his heart through his stomach. First, create the illusion of being a loving and virtuous couple. By then, even if Agares wants a divorce, the marriage registry will also conduct inquiries. Is it really a breakup? Ginger gave herself a pat on the back for her little scheme, starting the live stream of his anti-represses of making lemon chicken feet. At the very beginning, netizens in the live stream room. I saw Ginger making the chicken feet they don't eat. They all spammed the comments with words like, disgusting, and tastes awful. Until he took out 6 bright yellow lemons. At this point, only 3 people remained in the live stream. They all sent rows of exclamation marks in the comments. Ginger placed the lemon in her hand. Get up close and show them from every angle without any blind spots. See this lemon? That's right, it's Yugi's within the last 3 hours. Discussing on StarNet. The one picked from that lemon tree is surprised or not? What a pleasant surprise. So unexpected. I just want to say, boss, I was wrong. I shouldn't they've looked down on you. You shouldn't even say that what you're making is terrible cooking. Mom asked me why I was kneeling on the floor watching the live stream. I only wanted a lemon. By the way, I feel like eating a chicken foot that stepped in shit. And right at this moment, in an instant, the live stream that originally only had 3 viewers. Instantly, 1 million people flooded in. At first, those 3 people looked at the live stream with blank expressions. Ginger glanced at the continuous liskrick number of people. The voice remains calm and composed, unaffected by praise or criticism. Turned on smell sharing. You can smell the fresh and sour scent of lemons. The lemon was just picked from the tree less than 3 hours ago. If you're particular about cleanliness, you can scrub it with salt. Those who don't care about cleanliness, well, this was cultivated with psychic energy anyway. Go ahead and cut it directly. The live stream chat went wild, spamming and asking, Big shot, what's up? Are you the esteemed 7th tier plant healer? Your Excellency. Can this lemon fix genetic collapse? Ginger was handling the lemon. Without looking back, he replied, I am not His Excellency rank 7 plant healer. I'm just helping to pass along how to eat lemons. Alright, everyone, stop arguing. If I get angry, perhaps it might be as the esteemed 7th tier plant healer said. No one likes a sour grape. No need to sell it then. His voice trailed off. The live stream instantly fell dead silent. Ginger is satisfied with this. Not long after, a plate of tangy, spicy, and crispy lemon pickled chicken feet. It's done. Ginger picked up one and slowly started eating it. Taste sharing. Let netizens enjoy the delicious and tangy flavors. Near the end, Ginger announced that the first 3 viewers to watch me. DM me your address. Give each person a box of pickled spicy chicken feet. A lemon. Thank you all for watching. See you later. After saying that, he immediately turned off the livestream with a snap. The first 3 audience members jumped for joy. Quickly sent a private message with the address. The millions of people who just joined the livestream. I'm so regretful, it makes me sick. Why do you have to leave? Why do you have to curse? The lemon and pickled pepper chicken feet that were practically in my hands slipped away. Ginger left the live stream room. The sailor logged into the level 7 plant healers account. Tagged Sharp and Thyround livestream account. The lemon has been authorized to Boss Shia. On sale in 3 days. Limited quantity. Everyone, please set a reminder. And lemon pickled spicy chicken feet. The taste is absolutely amazing. Don't end up getting lemons but missing out on chicken feet after 3 days. His remarks were posted. It shot to the top of the trending list on StarNet in just 3 seconds. Sharp saw the statement online. He pinched his own thigh. No wonder Miss Ajiang would say that. The 5th Military Academy's Hong Tungtong is suit standing that even picking her would be too little. With this kind of promotion, even another 1,000 cat TIs could be sold out. So he quickly cleared out the online store. All natural foods. Put 1,000 lemons on the shelf. Also listed is a pack of 10 bright red chili peppers. And those unsold chicken feet on the internet. Sold out in an instant. The Empire's chicken seller was completely baffled. These are the kind of claws that even if you give them away, no one would want to eat. Why is it selling so well even when it's dark out? Then they log jedonto the StarNet. Now know the reason. Ginger doesn't know about these things on the internet. Single-mindedly focused in trying to win her over. A cheap husband definitely won't do, just like a single man, and pickled pepper chicken foot isn't enough. So he stir-fried braised chicken, fried chicken tenders, and pork chops, and stir-fried vegetable leaves, packed into the lunchbox. Then Ginger thought to herself, Gares, as the super commander of the Troyan Empire, it's impossible to carry fresh lemons everywhere you go. He thought of dried lemons, convenient and easy to carry. He cut a few lemons and dried them by baking, packed 2 small boxes, wrote a little note on how to eat a dried lemon, pressed under the box, packed 2 jars of honey, put it together with dried lemons. Get this done. Ginger was pondering how to ask her cheap husband's adjutant. Where are they now? Just turned on the light. StarNet. Apart from the overwhelming discussions about lemon and pickled pepper chicken feet. And Agares, the commander returned to the capital planet from the 5th star system. Went to the Elder Council. Ginger's eyes lit up. He was carrying a lunchbox. And the spicy chicken feet for those 3 audience members. Went to the Academy. Public Express Gateway. At this moment, in the Elder Council, the atmosphere wastes and hostile. Chief Elder Anlia. How dare they demand Agares bring back the 7th tier planter? Under the guise of protection, they placed the person under house arrest. Councilman Isaac joined in the pressure. Elder Anlia said so. Since your majesty has appointed his highness to represent. Your highness, please sign this agreement. We submitted an application to the main brain from 3 directions. Search for information about His Excellency, the 7th rank plant healer. To protect him. Don't let him suffer any harm. Gares crossed his hands and clasped them together. Resting on the knee. Face as cold as frost. Not only are the Twuk knowingly breaking the law, he even tried to persuade him to break the law together. What do you mean by protecting him? What are you using to protect yourselves? Use your brain and think for a second. 7th tier plant healer. Being able to hide in Thempire for so many years. Go unnoticed. You pissed him off. Can last a few rounds in his hands. Anya blurted out. Isn't there still, your highness? And the Empire's army. His Majesty's guard. Elder Anlia. Your eager-eating manners are really not elegant at all. Both of you not only instigated me to break the law, still inciting me hunting legion. And Majesty and His Majesty's guards are breaking the law. I will convey both of your misses to His Majesty. Will also be conveyed to the public. Take a look. The public wishes to imprison His Excellency, the 7th tier plant healer. Especially for you noble aristocrats, treating genetic collapse. I still hope for the estimated 7th tier plant healer. The Empire is free to roam. Planting. Every citizen holds hope for curing genetic collapse. I still have things to do. I'll take my leave now. With that, he turned and walked away. Anlia didn't dare to stop them. But the daily genetic breakdowns keep happening. As painful as shattered bones. Let him vent at Prince Agares. You're the one breaking the law. Letting go of Thempire's treasure and hope. Ignoring it is breaking the law. Agares's footsteps slowed slightly. His pitch-black eyes fell upon Anlia's gaze. The latter tensed up all over. Cold sweat instantly crept up. The 2 in the back row, even if their genes get fixed, Can't even give birth to a naturally delivered baby. The two of you are inciting to break the law today. I will file a lawsuit with the Supreme People's Procuratorate. Hope you to know what's best for yourselves. What does he mean? Your own fertility is 0, so you're jealous of others. Just don't want others to fix genetic collapse. Did you give birth to the baby naturally? Isaac left the meeting room at Agares. Only then did he Daretto fly into a rage. He slammed the table and roared. I am his elder. It was his uncle. Family TIs. How dare he do this? He walked out off meeting room. His son, Isaac, came forward to greet him. Father Agares has signed the tripartite agreement. Who is the 7-rank plant healer? When can the treatment begin? Isaac shook his head. He did not sign the tripartite agreement. Disagree with looking up information on 7th-tier plant healers. What gives him the right not to sign the agreement? He didn't sign the agreement. My genes are falling apart. How to treat it? How to have a baby? Isaac pulled him back. Pulled behind a massive pillar. The shrewd eyes sparkled. Don't be afraid, kid. Your fertility is only at 35. Agares's fertility value is 0. His Majesty's fertility is less than 20. The Queen, though she only gave birth at the age of 45. But they have been married for decades. I've been to the sperm bank countless times. Can't even raise a single child properly. You're only 19 compared to them. You have the endless advantage of youth. Are you still afraid you can't have a child? Ethan let out a snort. I was still thinking about creating genetic collapse. Go sign up at the first military academy. Not now. I can only go with his body as it is. A glint flashed through Sack's eyes. Malicious scheming. Son, who said you were going to the top military academy? You're heading to 5th Galaxy now. The 5th Military Academy. Vincent was puzzled. I worked so hard to get into the top military academy. Why do you want to attend the 5th Military Academy? That guy couldn't pass THESM even after 10 years. A garbage school for talent. Isaac touched his head. Lovingly said, silly child. Don't you want to join Agares? Now is a great opportunity. I've already checked. His wife was the Mu family's daughter, McKean, handpicked by His Majesty after careful consideration. Currently, the fertility rate is only 20. Vincent instantly understood what his father meant. Imperial law stipulates a mother would even kill or betray her country. We'll handle it appropriately. His eyes lit up. Excited blood is boiling. I got it. Dad, I'm reporting to the 5th Military Academy tomorrow. Agares can't have kids. Can't raise a child properly. I helped him have a child. As long as you can't have a child with McKean, Agares can't even touch a single hair on your head. He would become the Gingstock of the entire empire. The bastard in others' mouths. In that case, you got the better of him. You're literally stepping on his face right now. Let the entire empire, even the whole galaxy, laugh at him. Agares left the Elder Council. Didn't have time to board their own aircraft. Was intercepted first by the Emperor's brother's Imperial guards. Your Highness, His Majesty requests your presence. Please make sure to come me to the palace. Lead the way. Got on the aircraft. Moore will translate the content of Ginger's live stream from an hour ago. Pass it on to him. Got it. The topic of the tripartite meeting just held in the Senate. Posted on StarNet. Truly seeking public opinion. Would you like to inquire about His Excellency, the 7th-tier plant healer? The info. And conveyed the statement from the Elder Council Hospital. Your Excellency, the 7th-rank plant healer, you resist. The military was mobilized to take them down. As soon as he sent this message, it blew up online in an instant. Netizens unanimously expressed their protest. His Excellency, the 7th plant healer. She is the treasure of the entire Troyan Empire. Hope it's not the Elder Council. Not a private therapist at the Conference House Hospital either. He's a lone wolf. It is the hope for curing genetic collapse, instead of being a privilege reserved only for the nobility to receive treatment. We do not approve of inquiring about the information of His Excellency the 7th rank plant healer. Even more so, I don't agree with treating him like a criminal. Use military force to take her down. Now a rank 7 plant master. The therapist has registered selling online. The lemon that cures genetic collapse. The price is much cheaper than those high-priced treatment pods. And it can be snatched in a fair and just manner. Everyone has hope. If the Senate, the hospital privatized the 7th tier plant healer, then their genes collapsed, then there really isn't the slightest bit of hope left. The palace has arrived. Agara's turned off light brain, prepare to disembark the aircraft. At this moment, more reminded the head coach, that box. This was transmitted from 5th galaxy for you. Agaras paused in the motion of disembarking the aircraft. He casually picked up the box and entered the palace. Moore nudged Aura with his elbow. The coach has never accepted any. Apart from the items delivered to him by His Majesty and the Empress. Who do you say gave him that box of stuff? The coach really didn't train you enough. Your brain is getting duller and duller. You're the only dumbass who doesn't know. The message came from 5th star system. Who do you think it is? Moore blinked his eyes. Madam shocked. Emperor Raylos saw the information on StarNet. Quickly made a statement as well. And at the Supreme People's Procuratorate, everything follows the will of the people. For those who incite others to commit crimes, those who imprison others' freedom will never be tolerated. Just finished sending it when Agaras walked in. He hurried forward and asked, Agaras, you go to the 5th Military Academy. Have you seen your wife, McKean? Agaras bowed in greeting. Reporting to your Majesty. The wife I registered with is not McKean. It's Ginger Moo, and a thirdator of the Moo family. Raylos's expression suddenly changed, with the anger of being deceived. Not McKean. The Moo family only has him left. Where else would you find someone like Ginger Moo? Agares's grip on the box in his hand tightened. Your Majesty is the same. No matter who it is. I would divorce him too. Leonos instantly regained sanity. He lowered his voice and asked, have you seen Ginger Moo yet? The Zerg-infested humans slipped past the coral defense line, entering the inner star system. I tracked it back. Ran into a level 7 plant healer. It's the fruit you've sown. For inquiries. You did not go to see Ginger Moo. It's good that you didn't see it. Then we won't have to get divorced. Raylos secretly breathed a sigh of relief. That being said, Your Excellency, the 7th rank plant healer, you were the first to discover it. And then his true colors were revealed. Yes, it was my oversight. I originally wanted to investigate discreetly. Found him, didn't expect to startle him. He said it on Xingwang. If you keep pushing him like this. He went to Theniburing Federation. What's going on? I know of his existence. Start searching right away. I heard he's moving to Theniburing Federation to settle down. So the urgent point is. That's why he said on the StarNet to stop looking for him. Gareth, you did nothing wrong. Luckily, we stopped him from going to the neighboring federation. Otherwise, the Troy Empire will lose a beacon of hope. As for the Elder Council, the Council will handle it according to your wishes. Let the 7th rank plant healer, Your Excellency, walking freely in the Troyan Empire. When necessary, I will do everything to protect his safety. Thank you, Your Majesty. If there's nothing else, I'll take my leave now. Rayos still wanted to keep his younger brother with him. Damn, didn't expect them to leave so soon. Then his gaze shifted downward. Got it. What are you holding in your hand? Agares's turning movement suddenly froze in uncertainty. He didn't know what it was either. I don't even know who gave it to him. Just now his adjutant reminded him. He casually took it down with him. Take it over here and open it up to have a look. Leroy's was curious. Agares doesn't know what the hell that is. Just casually picked it up. It's clear that this thing's extremely important. Agares walked forward. Put the box on the table. Just open it casually. The box contains several folded lunchboxes. Raylos picked up a lunchbox. As soon as the spiciness and soreness hit, straight to the nose, he blurted out lemon pickled chicken feet. Agares's gaze instantly fell upon the box. Not only chicken feet. And there's braised chicken chunks, pork chops, and meat strips. Leroy's opened all the boxes. The aroma of fetishes filled the palace. In the end, he was between two small transparent boxes. I saw a folded note. Garrett's hand was faster than his. Drew a slip of paper. Take a look at it. Instantly, his body froze. An uneasy expression appeared on his face. Seeing this, Raylos, just a random draw. Reading the words written in the note, he said, "Honey, lemons are inconvenient to carry around. Dried lemons can be carried and placed into the mech. Just let the boiling water cool down to 60 degrees. Add a little honey and it's ready. Honey, I love you. Love you. Moi."